Pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely.
This is the story of a boy and a girl who fell in love. For this #LovePodcast presentation, names, voices, and faces have been changed. But the story is true. This is the tale of Paul and Jamie, Part 1. It all began in the year 2000 at Moore Park College. The fall semester was underway, and Paul was having trouble with his new schedule.
It was the start of my second year at the community college. I had enrolled in an intermediate acting class with a teacher by the name of Enric Augustin. And now there was two teachers of intermediate acting. One was Augustin and the other was this goofy old lady named Kathy Leonard. Now I had her for beginning acting the previous year, so I was excited to get into Enric's class and get training from a more serious, more classical acting teacher. However, I got cast in this show called A Servant of Two Masters, and about a week into the semester, we got the rehearsal schedule, and a bunch of my rehearsals for Servant conflicted with my classes with Augustin.
So, Paul had a talk with Professor Augustin.
I'm sorry, Paul, but with these rehearsals, you'll simply miss too many hours for me to give you any credit.
So I have to choose between the show and your class?
Do the show. Life experience and performance is sometimes more valuable than training. Also, it's not too late to transfer into Kathy's class.
Right.
And soon he found himself in Professor Leonard's office. The scene went a little like this.
Yay, Paul! I'm so excited to have you join our class.
Thanks, me too.
Well, our first project is Shakespeare. Everyone in class has a partner already.
Great. Can I do a monologue?
No, you're in luck. We have another student joining class today. She's a late addition from the high school.
A high school student.
Okay, so I was a senior in high school. I was 17 years old, and I decided I wanted to take some classes at the community college in Moore Park to get a head start on my acting degree. And by the time I made that decision, it was too late to formally enroll in the class that I wanted. So I just kind of showed up hoping that I could get a spot.
Now, mind you, in my mind, I was becoming a serious pupil of the acting craft. Ridiculous as it was, but not only now am I in Kathy's class, but I have to be paired up with a high school student. But Kathy assured me that she was a talented girl who had toured with Broadway shows, been in movies, etc. So, that intrigued me. The concept of working with a professional. Maybe I could learn from her? Okay, fine. Let's go. I walk into the Black Box Theater.
This guy, parentheses, Paul, walks in, and he has bright blue hair, like electric. I'm not talking like blue-hued hair. I'm talking like the Electric Parade, blue hair. A backpack, baggy jeans that there's like Sharpie drawn on. I didn't know what was going on. And I look at this guy and I'm like, look at this guy. What is he doing? He just comes waltzing in here like he's crazy.
And Kathy introduces us. Paul, Jamie, Paul. And you guys, this girl. This bubbly, wide-eyed, perky, happy girl sitting in the second row smiles at me with this huge smile and these adorable dimples. And she's like, hi! It was, for me, dislike at first sight. I don't know. Okay, you got to understand who I was. First of all, I was in this dumb, artsy phase where colors meant a lot to me, and she was wearing red when we met, and red immediately to me was no, negativity, stop, don't go there. Dumb as it was, it gives you an idea of who I was back then, but just overall, she was way too excited to be there. And I was just like, wow, this is not going to be a good partnership here.
And I was like, yeah, no, that's right. Of course, I get the weirdo. I can't get the cute football player jock that comes in to acting class. I get the guy with blue hair that has obviously drawn on his baggy jeans. That's fine.
We get assigned our first scene together, and it's Taming of the Shrew.
Which I'm sure Paul was like, oh, wonderful, how appropriate, because my partner is obviously a biatch.
Anyway, we're supposed to get together and meet outside of class to rehearse and prepare for the scene. So one day I call her pager, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was before the time that college students actually had cell phones. But anyway, if you're too young, you don't remember, but you could call a pager and leave a voicemail. And so I call hers, and her outgoing message is like, hey guys, it's Jamie, leave a message. No, oh my, I can't. So annoying.
He was just so emo about everything. He's like, listen, I'm kind of a big deal. I have blue hair. I have Sharpie on my pants, and you're not good enough for me.
Well, we do meet up, and we rehearse for the scene. And I can tell from rehearsing that she's actually pretty talented, so that's cool, but we still can't really get along. It was weird.
Myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved! In good time. Let him that move you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you with me, you mean?
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch.
Weird as it was, the day
Once
we
we
do
finally
the scene,
did the scene, it was kind of like amazing.
We get on stage and we have this incredible chemistry on stage together. We work off each other well, and there's just this, it just clicked, it just worked.
And I'm thinking, well, he's totally a gong show and a little weird, but he's a really good actor, and that was kind of fun.
I mean, I'd just recently gotten into acting, but I had never experienced anything like this with a scene partner before. It was really cool.
And everybody in our class was like, you guys are great.
And Kathy notices right away. So at the end of class, she pulls us aside and she's like, that was so good. You two are going to be partners for the next project too.
Bum, bum, bum. We both look at each other. We're like, no. This cannot be. Because see, we're all wrong. Everything's wrong. But Kathy, our professor, did not care about our protestations. And she was like, I don't care. You guys are awesome. You have great chemistry. And you are going to be paired together.
And on the second project, again, it's just unexplainably great. And the class loves it. So finally, for the third project, we're allowed to choose partners. And Kathy's like, okay, go ahead and choose your partner for the next scene. And Jamie and I just kind of look over at each other and we're like, you wanna, yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, let's do it again. Okay, all right, fine, let's work together.
Well, as they do, the ever-steady hands of time marched along.
I knew I was in trouble when one day I was walking across campus between classes and I realized that I couldn't wait to see her again. You know, it just kind of dawned on me that the time we spent together was slowly becoming the highlight of my week. When I realized that, I thought to myself, uh-oh, this isn't good. One rainy day, we were rehearsing for a scene upstairs in the lobby of the theater, and I had this big puffy down Puma jacket. And the thing about Jamie is she's always cold. anytime, anywhere, she's always cold. So at one point when we were rehearsing the scene, my jacket's sitting on the bench. She reaches over and puts it on, and I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, something about seeing her in my jacket just felt right. You know, it clicked. That was the moment. It kind of forced me to admit to myself that I wanted her to be my girl.
Soon, the winter had come and the semester was drawing to a close.
You know, the uncertainty of, will we be in the same class next year? Well, when are we going to see each other next semester? Will I ever see her? It definitely forced my hand to one day ask her out. But I was so nervous. I think what I actually said was something like, we should go to coffee. You know, outside of class? Like you could get coffee inside of class? I don't know, even back then I guess she brought out the idiot in me.
Well, it was a little awkward because by this time, I kind of thought, well, he's kind of a nice guy. I don't want to, like, be rude or anything. And he's pretty friendly, so I should be nice. So he said, we should go to coffee, or we should hang out, something like that. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. And I was kind of, like, not really dating this guy in high school, but, like, hanging out. You know how they say, hanging out with this guy in high school. His name was Robbie Brenner. Everybody called him Rob. And he was the quarterback of the football team. So super cute guy. Very muscular. Gave everybody a bear hug. Kind of goofy guy. I was kind of intrigued by him. So I told Paul, listen, I kind of am not really dating, but I'm seeing this guy. His name's Rob Brenner. And Paul was like,
Robbie Brenner. At Moore Park High School? Yes. I'm familiar. I'm very, very familiar. I went to preschool with Rob. We grew up together in the same church. His mom taught my Sunday school class for like a decade. We went through confirmation together. Wow, small world, right? But she was into him, not me. So, bummer, but c'est la vie. So the semester ends and winter break starts, and I'm still thinking about her. I could tell that this was something I couldn't just walk away from, so I decided to call Robert and see if he was at all interested in her, because if he's not, I'm gonna keep going for it.
And call him he did, from his house phone, mind you, as cellular telephones were not yet common among college students. Their conversation went something like this.
Hello?
Rob!
Yeah, hey man, what's up?
What's up? It's Paul.
Hi, what's up, Paul?
How are you?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good. How's everything going?
Oh, it's pretty good. I just got off practice. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to call and kind of touch base, see where you're at with this. You know, we've got this mutual friend, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask her out, but she had mentioned that she was kind of into you. So I just wanted to kind of call and touch base and kind of see where you were, if you're going to go for it or not.
Holy buckets, yeah, you know, like, she's a nice girl and everything. Like, I don't know, I don't think it'd work out, because, I don't see her fitting in with me and my friends, you know, like, I don't know, she's nice and everything.
So you're not gonna go for it?
Nah, man, go for it. Like, it's all good. You should totally pursue that.
All right.
Is that it? Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right, because I got some stuff to do. So.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, cool.
So now I'm very encouraged again. It was winter break, and every winter break I went up north to visit my family for about a week. And so I went off and did that, but I'm thinking about her and I'm remembering my conversation with Robert. I was excited to get back and give her a call.
And yet, while Paul was away, Robbie Brenner made plans with Jamie to hang out.
And he was over, we were watching TV with my parents, and it was 11. And once 11 o'clock hit, my parents were like, well, you have to go, Rob. So I walked him out, and there was no parking spots on our street, so he had to park all the way down. So I walked him down to his car, and once we got to his car, the rain really started coming down. And I was like, okay, well, I'll see you later. And he grabbed me, and he kissed me. And I was so freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? And, you know, it's your first kiss. You figure it out.
And upon Paul's return to town, he received a page from Rob.
I call it, and Robert's like, hey, dude, I want to hang out with you. Come over. Let's watch a movie and hang out. It was good to talk to you last week, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of scared me, but I was like, okay, yeah, man, let's hang out. So I go over to his house one night. He's like, hey, man, gives me this big bear hug. How are you? Yeah, man. Look, I got this DVD of Animal House. Have you seen that movie? It's so funny. I love it. Let's watch it. Okay, cool. You want a Coke or something? All right. Hey, by the way, Jamie and I are dating now. What? We started hanging out, and then his pager goes off. And he looks at it, and he's like, oh, 143. She's so sweet. Right to my face. And for those of you young kids, 143 was pager code for I love you. It was just, I felt like I was in the snake's den. You know, I'd walked into his house, made plans to watch this movie, and then he drops this on me. And I wasn't about to be like, you know what, I'm out of here. So I just kind of acted like, oh, cool, man, I'm happy for you. And sat on the couch, and he pops in this movie, and it was the least enjoyable comedy I've ever watched. I was so upset. Just totally, I was crushed.
Ah, but don't be discouraged, folks. This arduous gong show of love has only just begun, and will be continued. Episode 1 of #Love, the Tale of Paul and Jamie, Part 1, was produced by Shovel Kitty Media and featured the vocal talent of Chris Villain, Caroline Esparza, and Eddie Kay, with interviews from Paul and Jamie. I'm Morgan Freeman, as played by Tyler Cole. Good night.